Welcome to That 80s Show, and what a time to be alive. Dori is in the studio with me. What a treat.
So exciting.
What a treat.
First in-person gathering of the year.
Oh, I feel like we should have had like fireworks, or at least like a scone or something.
A scone would have been good.
At least a scone. I got fake Oreos in the studio if you want.
Okay, no.
I like to call them
I know exactly what you're
Foreos.
talking about.
They're
Yeah.
delicious.
They're all right.
You know what? Have you seen the size of Oreos lately?
Yeah, they've shrunk.
Right, they're teeny.
Yeah.
These are bigger.
Really?
Right? So they're Oreo adjacent in their taste. Mm-hmm. And then they are bigger. So you're kind of going, they're not totally Oreo, but how do I even...
cheaper.
And cheaper.
Yeah.
And how do I even know what an Oreo tastes like anymore?
I don't know.
You see, you must know that we are now a big-time audio, music, radio type show when we're talking about your favorite biscuits.
Right.
Because have you ever seen the gags? Long-running gag on UK radio that if you're like a middling, second-rate radio presenter, you literally do a feature asking people to call in with what is your favorite biscuit.
Oh, yeah, I've heard those, yes. Oh, but the British do love talking about their biscuits.
They love a biscuit.
I'll tell you, first time I ever went to the UK, right? Literally get to my friend's place from the airport. My friend is at work, but her boyfriend's there. And before we could even put our luggage down practically, he said, we've got to walk to the shop and get some biscuits.
You got it. What kind of biscuits did you get?
Oh my God, we got the best. They do have amazing biscuits.
So maybe we want
We
something.
got these like fig things. I don't know what they were.
Do you
They
like
were
a
so
fig?
We still talk about those biscuits to this day. It's like 20 years later. We still talk about those biscuits.
Must have been pretty goddamn good
They
biscuits.
were such good biscuits.
So
Anyway, enough of the biscuits.
trying to be the show, not wanting to talk about biscuits. But we'll see. We'll be able to tell. Like, will people go, love the biscuit chat?
Yeah.
It'll become that
And
biscuit
maybe
show.
they'll comment on our Facebook page with, these are my favorite biscuits.
And then we're a big time radio show. And good plug there, Dori, That 80s Show SA on Facebook. Give it a like. Like we're saying, it is so difficult this time of year to crack the algorithms. Ads everywhere. Ads everywhere on Facebook. It is so difficult to get the algorithms out there.
Paulo, I only have one question for you this week. Tell me about 100% retro.
Okay, let's go there. Let's kick
Let's
it
just do
right
it. Let's
in.
just like,
Let's go.
what are we waiting for?
Let's go right in. Okay,
Right.
so shout out to the promoters, right? We're so happy. I'm so happy that this has happened because for a long time, Dori and I have seen like these retro concerts go around Europe, right? And you always see it like our favorite, like, you know, it'll be Carol Decker. It'll be Paulo. It'll be Katrina and A-Wave. You know, so it's kind of like the band you remembered, but not, you know, how
Yes.
you remembered. What's the crazy one, the crazy lady that got married to the rich guy and during lockdown they were doing
Toya.
Toya, right?
Toya.
You get like Pet Shop Boys are too big for that. Rick Astley, he's now too big for that because there was a stage when he was on them, but now he's not on them. And we
I
always-
saw Rick Astley here at Rewind Festival here in
Rewind
South Africa.
festivals. That's
in
insane.
Centurion.
Who else was on that bill?
Oh my God, that was an amazing day. There was ABC,
Yep.
Nick Kershaw, Human League, although they had a bit of technical issues. It was a bit dodge.
They're only human after all. Not.
Okay, let's just move on.
Right. So there was that. Okay, Rewind Festival, and then we haven't had them in South Africa for a while.
Yeah.
And you watch them go around the world. You go, oh God damn it, so perfect for us because we love this sort of stuff. Then Aha comes here, and obviously they went back. They went back to the big mansion that I like to imagine all the 80s bands live in. And they were like, guys, and I'm not going to do a Norwegian accent here. And they go, guys, you've got to go to South Africa. There's a thing happening there.
Yeah.
Right? So we have now got OMD coming
Yes.
in April, I think. Thomas Anders coming in June. But before we get to the 80s, Retro Festival, 100% Retro. It's a streaming radio station. That's what they do.
Okay, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a
yes.
streaming radio station. There's a show out of South Africa. They do, and they bring together this concert. So it happened. I think it happened in Cape Town a week ago, but it happened in Gauteng and Pretoria last weekend. So here's the lineup. Okay, Technotronic,
Right,
Snap, Dr. Alban, Hathaway,
right.
24/7. I'm forgetting another one. Who else am I forgetting? It'll come to me.
Okay, I don't remember.
It'll
Because I
come-
wasn't there, but I mean, I did
It'll
look at the
come to me.
lineup.
It'll
Yeah.
come to me. Now, I mean, that is more 90s.
Yes.
Their whole slogan is feel young again. Okay. Which I got to tell you, I did. But like really, really young again. Because here's the thing, is that it's so cheesy. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is cheesy, but it's kind of like nobody cares. Like everyone there 100% knows this is why we're here. No one's here to be cool, evidently.
Well, I mean, it's even in the name that like everyone was there to be retro and to celebrate being retro.
It is very retro.
So you kind of just dive in and you live it, you do it.
Exactly. So I was on a Rosella, who did Everybody's
That was
Free.
it, of
Rosella,
course, of
yes.
course, yes.
Okay. So I was on the younger side of the spectrum because this sort of music was like early 90s. 93 to 95, where you
Yeah.
had this Euro disco, Euro dance kind of
Yeah.
like boom. Okay. Which was very like manufactured. It was always a female vocalist, a guy rapped, very choreographed, more picked on looks than necessarily talent, but just like chart and chart and chart and chart and chart, monster hits and all those CD compilations, right?
Right.
So I was on the younger side of the crowd there.
Yeah.
Okay, the majority of people I'd say were in their mid-50s.
Okay.
So they would have been jawling. I mean, they would have been in their mid-20s jawling,
Yes.
right?
But, I mean, I imagine that even though you were younger at the time that a lot of those hits came out, you still really, really enjoyed it. I'll tell you why I think this. Because my cousin is exactly the same age as you. And as the older cousin, I once, in inverted commas, DJ'd at one of her birthday parties. And they all just wanted to hear Pump Up the Jam over and over and over and over. And they were young. They were young kids. They were, what, like 10, 11 years old or whatever.
Can I tell you something
Yeah.
about exactly what you're saying there?
Yeah.
So my 13th birthday, now it's 13, that's when you have your discos, right?
Of course.
So my dad used to own, like, he one of the businesses he had a nightclub, right? Mm-hmm. So for my 13th birthday, he bought the DJ and all the sound and all the lighting. I don't know why we just didn't have the party at the nightclub. They would have made me the coolest person
Yeah. What, did you have it at your house?
at our house. And I kind of go, why did
Maybe because you couldn't put 13-year-olds in a nightclub.
Probably.
Yeah.
Money laundering only goes so far. No, allegedly. No. So, and all that music was on there.
Yeah.
Now, you say, play Pump Up the Jam over and over again.
Yeah.
Guess what they did, Technotronic did?
They started with Pump Up the Jam.
So I'm at the bar. Again, I was live WhatsApping you on this.
You were.
I'm at the bar and I'm like, it's getting tight. Because, you know, this thing's going to start on time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go back to one of the shows. Very upset to take
Go
on
back
me.
to one of the shows.
Go back to all of the shows.
10 of the shows.
Aha started with Take On Me. Who starts with your biggest song? So I'm like, I've now learned.
Yes.
It's okay, Technotronic are definitely going to start with Pump Up the Jam. So they do. Then they played another song, then middle, Pump Up the Jam. Then another song. And then, because each act was on stage for half an hour, I think they did Pump Up the Jam for 15 minutes. The jam was pumped up. There were no
It's so funny. I
flat
thought
pumps.
that that's what I thought that that's what would happen. I thought they would at least start and possibly end with it. Like start with the normal version, end with the extended mix.
It was extended.
Yes.
And even in the other songs, because, I mean, Pump Up the Jam, like, there's 3 or 4 songs that got radio play.
Yeah.
But even in those other songs, you'd get that dun, 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 like they just mix it in just to tease you. So Pump Up the Jam, I mean, like all of these bands, it's very seldom the original member.
Yeah.
Like Technotronic. So if you remember Technotronic, the rapper was like called a Kid, Y Kid or something.
I don't remember.
It's
any
now
of it.
somebody called,
But yeah.
now a lady called Daisy D. She's now
Okay.
she's now Technotronic. But
So was she singing? Was she actually singing?
There's
though?
rapping and listen.
Okay.
How much of it is to backing tracks? Like I don't know. And you know what? I don't give a shit actually.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's electronic
Because
music.
it was a vibe, right?
Yeah,
It was the
it's a-
vibe.
Oh, the vibe.
How was the vibe?
It was like being at a nightclub. Honestly,
How many months?
Dori, I don't like. I think there were more wannabe mullets, but like when we went to go see Hathaway at Presley's,
Yeah.
a lot of mullets. mullets. A lot of mullets in. Not so many
See,
mullets.
this was a bit more north of Presley's.
No, listen, Pretoria. No, it was very where it is.
Oh, right.
But I think people just a little bit older, right? Now it's kind of like so that's Technotronic. Who else was in there? Snap. Now Snap, not the original guy who rapped in Snap.
Right.
Okay, the
Yes.
original lady.
I met him.
Yeah.
The guy from Snap.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a photo with him.
Okay, well that's great. Oh, you met him? They came to the radio station, didn't they?
It was him and Vanilla Ice.
Yes.
And MC
and
Hammer.
MC Hammer. Yes.
I have a photo with the three of them.
Yes.
And
Well
I
done.
didn't remember the guy's name from Snap at all. But
Oh, do you want to know
he's
his
very,
name?
very cool in the photo.
Turbo B.
That was him.
Yeah, so he's the original rapper from Snap.
Right.
But he's no longer involved.
Okay.
So the vocalist has always been Penny Ford.
Yes.
Okay. She was saying she was on a drip the morning before, but she had to perform. 60 years old. She did a high kick.
She looks amazing. I mean, I saw photos.
Yeah.
She looks amazing
No,
for
she
her
looks
age.
phenomenal. She did a high kick. At 60, a high kick in the air.
And is her voice still good? Assuming she was singing.
I think she was singing.
Okay.
I think she was singing.
Yeah.
Okay, you could tell she was singing, right?
So hang on. Remind me of their hits. Obviously, The Power.
And Rhythm is a Dancer.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Rhythm's Tony Danza.
Right.
All right?
So two-hit wonder. Yes.
2-1. Doesn't matter. Guess how many times they played each of those?
3 times each.
3 times each.
Right.
Guess how many people were upset by that?
0.
0 people.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a shit. Like, I am here to hear Rhythm is a Dancer. I'm here to hear Pump Up the Jam. I want to hear it 50 times. I don't care. Right?
This was so not my kind of event. I'm so glad I wasn't there.
You ask about the mullets, though.
Yeah.
You know, there's this trend of guys that, like dad guys,
Right.
where you've kind of like found a way you dress and you just go with it for the rest of your life.
Right.
You decide in your early 20s what you like wearing.
Yeah.
And you just keep wearing that till you're 70.
Right.
Right? So, like, I mean, do you wear a Rip Curl t-shirt if you're not at the beach? Right? So there were a lot of guys who go, I decided how I dress in my 20s and I'm 50, I'm not changing. And it's not like cool, it's not inappropriate, it's not, like a woman that age, and not to be sexist, but a woman, well, don't dress like you in your 20s. Guys do it, and it's like,
Men can get away with it, yes.
guys, like, no one's worn a Stussy t-shirt since 1991. We're like, what are you doing? Okay.
Well, my funniest was the message that you sent on WhatsApp. You said your daughter said they need a shirt that said, I peaked in high school.
Well, yes. She said,
So funny.
She said that should have been the slogan of the whole concert. I peaked in high school. And like, as a person who peaked in high school himself, I'm quite fine. I peaked in like standard 6.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a pity. So that was Snap.
Yes.
Dr. Alban.
Yes.
Phenomenal. I met him.
I saw the photo. At first, I wasn't sure if that was him. And then I kind of just tried to put almost the filter of what I knew he had looked like in the 90s over.
Yeah.
But he looks more or less the same. But everyone said he was grumpy.
I didn't say so. I was like, it was afterwards. I walked through the hotel lobby.
Yes.
And I was like, I also wasn't sure it was Dr. Alban because, like, I saw him on stage, but like, it's a great venue. You know, Sunbet. I don't know if you've been to a
Never
concert.
been there.
Talking
No.
about it, acoustically great, but also vision-wise.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, you can see the stage
Is it like
nicely.
the Sun City Super Bowl, like where it's
I can't remember. I was
Sun
too
City Super
young.
Bowl was the best because it was like kind of around the stage and not too far back from the stage.
Yeah, it's
So
like
it was
that. It's like a
yeah.
V-ish almost.
Yeah.
This one goes in a V
I
almost.
think they must be similar.
Yeah, so
must be
but it's great, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So I'd seen Dr. Alban on stage. It was
Right.
like, I think that's Dr. Alban, and I'd seen like a video interview of him the day before. And also, there's a way that like celebrities dress.
Yeah.
That like he's wasn't dressed like a doctor, which I would have then known if he was wearing his little like. Okay. I was like, oh, it is Dr. Alban. Of course, okay, now I know, a little stethoscope
with
and
the
everything.
stethoscope, yeah.
He's a dentist. But, okay, maybe a little tongue depressors. Oh, okay, it's him.
No. Happy gas mask.
Happy gas mask. So I see him quickly. I say, you can tell me to fuck off if you want. Can I take a quick photo? Yep. He was watching videos of the show.
Weird.
On his phone, he was watching videos of the show.
Was this after the
This was
concert
after
ended?
the concert. Concert's done.
Okay, so what? He was just walking around
No,
outside?
he's sitting there waiting. He must have been waiting to go somewhere. I don't think he wanted to
Because
stay.
you were, was this backstage? Was this just outside
No,
the
just
venue?
Just at the hotel. Because there's a hotel next to the venue.
Okay,
And everything's like joined.
right.
And he was just...
So did you go there specifically looking for people
No.
to get photos with?
No, I went there specifically going to look for the toilet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm busy walking to the toilet. So I'm like, hey, that's Dr. Alban. Cheek, go, whatever. And he was sitting with another man who looked like a businessy manager, agent type man.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, that's him. Nice photo with Dr. Alban. People were saying, oh no, he's very unfriendly. But I'm like, when we interviewed Hathaway said he's a very stern guy. He's not unfriendly.
Yeah.
He's just
Serious.
And I'm like that
Serious
as well.
doctor,
like,
maybe.
Yeah. He's a friggin' doctor, guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a made up name.
Yeah.
You know, he's not like, who's another fake doctor who calls himself Dr. Dre? Dr. Dre is a fake
Dr.
doctor.
Kamalo.
Dr. Kamalo, right? Those aren't real doctors, so therefore they're not doctorly. Dr. Alban's.
Dilly.
I'll leave that alone.
Paulo, I want to ask you about this.
Oh, yes. Dori has just passed me a message. So, okay. All right.
Please, can we get into this?
I don't know if we'll get into that. So the next act, Hathaway. Okay. So Hathaway comes in halfway through Dr. Alban's set. It was Hathaway's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they do
cool.
a lot of these things together.
All right.
It was Hathaway's birthday. Cool. Sings the songs. We all know it.
Okay.
Okay. Great. I think Hathaway was wearing leather pants. Looks good. Looks good. He's a military man. He's still
Yes.
got that military physique. When we did the interview with him about, 18 months ago. Fantastic guy, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you interview these people and it's very formulaic and they just go through the motions and you got your time and then they leave. He hung out with us for almost 2 hours afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I
Like-
mean, you still talk about that
No,
to
no.
this day.
No,
A lot.
Nice guy. Like just genuinely, honestly nice guy.
And of course, he remembered you.
I'm not going to talk about that message. That is libelous. What did you just show? Okay, I will give a teaser. So obviously, because he's the celeb savant, Barrett Edelstein was backstage.
Right.
Right. Hobnobbing, taking photos, trying to do interviews. You know, I think he's going to interview Addiction. There's a point.
Oh, for sure.
No, I think we've got to have an intervention with him.
An intervention.
Exactly.
An
He'll think
intervention.
an intervention. We've got to do it. Okay. Because I'm worried. The man just wants interviews all the time.
Yo,
Okay.
can't get enough.
I tell him, I say, no, it's cool like this. He said, no. He saw Hathaway, but Hathaway was getting food, whatever. And then I sent him a message that I'd made up that Hathaway, because celeb savants love him to bits. He's very, very gullible. Like he's really gullible.
Shame.
I've got a dry sense of humor.
Yeah, no, you've got a very specific sense of humor.
They kind of, a lot of my jokes, like, don't
And
just.
it's so funny because, like I've said to him, do you not know by now that Paulo is 99% of the time joking?
I've told him.
Yeah.
I've told him
Yeah.
that I'm pretty much always joking with you.
Yeah.
Still not joking.
But the reason I'm asking is because this message says forwarded, but it's from you. So did you write it on your wife's phone? Okay, that's what I figured.
That's crafty, hey?
It's very funny.
It's very
I think we
crafty.
have to share it with the listeners because it's so funny.
So it's basically a message that I've written pretending Hathaway has sent me, because I said, oh, but he just sent me a message.
Yes.
And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, no, he's invited me to the suite 431.
You said, yeah, Hathaway invited me to the after party. And Barrett said, enjoy.
Yes.
Right.
And then I forwarded him.
And then you forwarded the message. Shall I read it?
Go for it.
I don't understand the end. Are we going to explain the end or should I leave it out?
Just leave the end out.
Okay, fine.
This is not real, by the way.
All right.
This is not real.
Not a real message. Paulo
Not
made
from
this
Hathaway.
up. It says, hi, Palu, P-A-L-O-O.
Because people always spell my name wrong.
Right.
So that's authentic.
Right. I believe you're at the concert. Please come there after party.
I even
How
made a
drunk
typo.
were you?
No, it's a typo.
Okay.
No, because if you're typing quickly, it's
Yes,
a typo.
Please
It's
come
authenticity.
there after party. Room 431, executive suite. Password, what is love? Hattie. So funny.
I still think that Barrett. I still think Barrett thinks that's a real message. I had my fun.
You did indeed.
I had my fun.
It sounds like you had an awesome time.
I'll tell you what. Not even done.
Oh, you're not done?
Rosella, she was fantastic.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, she was great. Lovely, sparkly jumpsuit. Nadine, local artist. She did like a Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Woman of the 90s melody.
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah. I don't remember. What was their hit?
Slave to the Music.
Okay.
Yeah, one song.
Yeah.
But
I did say hit.
I'll tell you about 24/7. They had a few songs, but choreography.
Yeah.
So I think the female singer was the original member. I think one of the guys, and then there was another guy looked very young, but choreographed phenomenally. Even my daughter, she's a dancer. She's like, the choreography is like really good. They're probably the best choreographed. But let me tell you what was the most fun bit.
Yes.
Let me tell you, because obviously these guys come and they got their songs and they're singing or whatever. The most fun bit was, now in between, they had DJs.
Right.
And the DJs were Shawnee B.
Yeah.
He's on Hot FM, love his mixes. Alex J, Barney Simon, and ENF.
Okay.
I mean, like, now those are some names from like clubbing days that you'd go, like, if Alex J was playing. They're even talking about Barney Simon and Alex J were riffing each other about their TV shows they used to do in the 80s.
Yes.
Fast forward, and they're talking a story about how Alex J almost got arrested because he wore the feather earring, and they thought he's like promoting Satanism and homosexuality because he had a feather earring, and they were talking about that.
I had a feather earring because Alex J had a feather earring.
I think Mr. T had a feather earring because Alex J had a feather earring. Right? But it was so funny that they were talking about that and they were like riffing each other. And they're good friends. Those DJ interludes in between, like half an hour each, where they're just playing music that they wanted to. I mean, Barney Simon was playing AC/DC. That was
the most fun.
That was actually, because now they just played a mix of everything, spoke a little nonsense.
I imagine I would have enjoyed those bits. Actually.
No, that was really,
because the other stuff
really good.
You could just listen to the CDs, maybe, right?
Well, I mean, everything was listening to CDs.
Yes,
but you know what? And you can see it was just you just felt young again. You're just like Alex J in a club vibe, playing club music. Like, you know.
It really was a retro event then.
No.
I mean, hugely successful then.
Beer price is not retro. Let me tell you that. 2024 beer prices, my friends. But they're so clever at that venue. What they do is intentionally they run out of booze.
Right.
The bars run dry at about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And now you're going clever. Clever, because you don't want people getting plastered.
Yeah, passing out and then hanging around afterwards when they want to close.
Exactly.
All those things.
Exactly. Maybe the casinos go, hey, come in. Come spend. But anyway, all around, 100% retro, 100% jawl, right? If you're not South African, just understand that a big party is a jawl.
Yes.
Right? And that's what it was. They're doing one next year. Right Said Fred's coming.
Ooh.
That's going to be fun.
Ooh.
They named quite a few other bands, but I only really remember Right Said Fred.
Okay.
Wigfield. Wigfield, she'll sing also. All of one. It's all one song. It doesn't matter.
Right Said Fred had 2 songs.
Listen, everyone had more than one song.
Yeah, but I mean 2 songs that I can think of off the top of my bald head.
Yeah. So, great. 100% retro.
Yeah.
When it comes next year, you got to go.
I wish they would do rewind concerts again because that was so awesome and it's a different kind of music.
And it's a different kind of feel.
Yeah.
So, like, even though, I mean, it was like, I think because it was so clubby, you got this, like, club vibe on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
But the weather was so nice on Saturday until there was, like a hailstorm from hell.
But at least it was an indoor venue.
But
least.
I was kind of at one point going, I should actually be great at an outdoor venue. Like, during the day. You know,
an Emerentia type vibe.
Yeah, like OMD's going to be and that. So that I can't speak highly enough about it. Loved it. Had a selfie with Dr. Alban. What you going to do?
What are you going to do? Are you going to post that selfie with Dr. Alban?
No,
anyway?
no. I respect the good doctor.
All right.
I respect the good doctor. Yeah.
You're just bragging to your friends and cousin Louis.
Yes.
Louis.
Yeah, because there's literally only... Well, actually, my wife posted on Facebook, and a lot of people were like, wow, you met Dr. Alban. So a friend of ours is an actual dentist, and he was impressed that I met Dr. Alban.
Is he impressed by Dr. Alban's dentistry or music?
Why not both? That's the 100% retro, but we spoke about this a while ago, of the avatars, right?
Yes.
Remember holograms? Everyone's doing a hologram now, right? And they're kind of like, I didn't hear great things about the avatars. They were kind of like, what happened is ABBA did a concert, but they stayed in Sweden. They wore these like motion capture suits. I can't imagine you moving too much. And then they beamed that into London, right? We spoke about Andrew Ridgeley saying he's very interested in doing holograms. And he's spoken about it.
Yes.
We have spoken about it on the show.
We have.
Wham holograms. But the estate has actually done some legal stuff, right?
Okay.
Legal documents that they've submitted, filed by, do you know what George Michael's company's name is? Which I imagine Andrew Ridgely's,
No.
they're kind of like the estate. Nobby's Hobbies Holdings.
Okay.
That's what George Michael's company's called. Nobby's Hobbies Holdings. They have filed paperwork to include live performances over the next few years. So that Nobby Hobby Holdings, I don't understand legal stuff, but basically I put papers forward that they're going, we could branch out into live performances. So we're just getting all the paperwork ready.
I mean,
which
we'll
indicates,
take what we can get, right?
I went ballistic seeing 90s bands basically sing to a CD.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
How many times do you go to concerts and let's be honest?
You're watching it on a screen.
You're watching on a screen. I don't take my phone out at a concert.
No, me neither.
But you do have to watch on the big screen.
Yeah.
We all know that when you go to a concert, the majority of it is sound produced, not necessarily backing tracks, but the vocals are definitely, I mean, there's very seldom. Like even an Ed Sheeran does like do something to the voice because you're paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
You don't want the guy to sound like crap. Their voices also can't handle world tours. So could we be going to a Wham hologram? Because you know why we spoke about it? Because we called it HoloWhams.
Of course we did.
So anyway, they filed it.
I would do it.
It could be happening.
You know what I mean? It's the closest we're going to get, unfortunately.
Because you know what would be fantastic about it? Okay, and the fantastic pun is meant.
Yes.
Is that you go through Wham through the ages.
Yes.
Or George Michael through the ages, and then he changes.
Yes.
You know?
Do you think here they'd have him in the little white shorts and all the
So
things?
anyway,
Probably,
you already said. But
yeah.
It's not, you know what my problem is? I know it's not really going to be George Michael singing and all the rest of it. I need a good hologram.
Yeah.
I need a high quality hologram for this to work for me.
Yeah.
Actually reminds me, remember a few weeks ago we spoke about the Wham Broadway show?
We did.
I actually contacted the people and they never came back to me.
Huh.
And I was being intentionally polite about it.
Yeah.
And then they blanked me. So now we're going to be rude about it. So let me go find out what's happening about that show. And then we're going to be rude about it. Let's talk about 80s acts who are still performing.
Yes.
Right. So
There's a bunch.
A bunch. You shared this with me a while ago.
We know this because Barrett has interviewed a bunch of them.
Yes.
But yes, there's a cool article.
But these are huge. These are
Yeah.
monstrous names, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Barrett like goes the whole spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Barrett like niche artists, fringe, big artists. These are like monster hits. B-52s, I would not go watch it. I cannot stand B-52s, but they're still performing. Okay, but they did their farewell tour. So
Yes.
they're probably done now.
Right.
I mean, this is a farewell tour. They started in 2022. So it's safe to say B-52 is no longer off the list. Bon Jovi's still performing,
Yes.
but without Richie Sambora. So,
Well,
yeah, but Richie Sambora's not dead. So you can kind of go, oh, if the
Yeah.
person's not dead. I mean,
why? Is he just like, I'm done, I'm old now, and I
Didn't
don't want
they
to
have
do
a
this anymore?
fallout?
I don't know.
I'm sure
I know
they'd
nothing.
have falling out. Who falls out with Bon Jovi, though?
He does seem like the nicest guy.
He's just the
But
best
maybe
guy.
there's something we
Helps
don't
out in
know.
a soup kitchen, sings at people's weddings.
Maybe he's got a dark side we don't know.
Speaking of Dark Side, The Cure, they still
Yes.
touring.
I did see them a few years ago.
Yes, but they're still out there. Def Leppard still touring. This concert, this just wrapped up, I think, their tour, Depeche Mode.
Yes.
Did you see the video, some of the stuff they were doing?
I haven't seen videos, but I know that my friend in London wanted to get tickets and they were sold out within minutes.
Yeah.
She could not get tickets.
You know, when you talk about like a lot of these retro bands,
Yeah.
like, I mean, we're not talking like big stage effects. Like, you know, we're not like talking, we don't throw.
Although Depeche Mode do put on a stage show of note.
Well, that's the thing I'm saying. Because like Depeche Mode and U2 always put on a big show.
Yeah.
Because normally when you see retro, it's like, don't go balls to the wall. Depeche Mode, like there's a show.
Proper show.
Duran, some of the members are still touring. I think they still call themselves a Duran band or something.
Oh.
Something
okay.
like that, I think. Erasure, they're still out there.
Love them live.
You've seen them live?
Yes, I told you, Erasure was my favorite live band until I saw Pet Shop Boys. They overtook.
That's
But Erasure were amazing.
really.
Amazing.
Guns N' Roses, they're still out there.
I saw it. it was kind of amazing. Like the vibe was great. But Axel's voice is terrible now.
We saw something
really
a few
terrible.
months ago that his voice is just wrecked.
Oh, yeah. So just,
I'd go to see Slash.
Yeah, Slash was cool. Duff looks amazing.
You were saying
Duff
that.
has aged beautifully.
You were saying as much. Iron Maiden's still out there. Metallica.
Yeah.
You know what's the crazy thing about Metallica is that, I mean, Metallica, Satanists, they're going to end the world, they're destroying your children. They're still going, and they've just grown old well.
Yes. Clean living. Clean living metal band.
Metallica of everyone, clean living.
Very.
So, I don't know if you saw this. Madonna, she's still out there touring.
Yeah.
So there was a clip going around about a week or so ago of Madonna doing something. Now, the clip was naughty. It was a bit malicious, but it showed Madonna in this like sparkly jumpsuit with big like cataract style glasses. Shame. She is elderly and she can't have those bright lights in her face. And she's dancing, but she's holding a pole. So she's gyrating.
Like a stripper pole?
No, a support pole, like to get out the shower.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
So she wouldn't fall over.
Oh, no.
But they were naughty because whoever filmed that cropped it tight quite close, what they didn't show is that the kind of platform she was on was moving. So she had to hold on, right?
Okay, but then why do you just not have a non-moving platform?
You know, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Why would you do that? It's so silly.
I don't want to like end up on the Epstein list, which you wouldn't, but I don't want to say shit about Madonna. But like Madonna, like, come on, like, don't.
Yeah,
like,
she, as we have discussed, she has not grown old gracefully.
she's not doing it
discussed
gracefully, though.
No, you can. You could be graceful.
Because I think she would be a beautifully elegant
Imagine
if she hadn't.
just not done all the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman. Just grow old
Just
gracefully.
be elegant.
Dress normally.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Don't do it. New Kids on the Block, still
Yeah.
touring. You got to give them some credit
I'll give
because
them
they
credit.
did
Is Mark Wahlberg in there still?
it looks like all of them are there.
Okay.
They're all touring together. They did a song with Rick Astley, so that's got to give them something.
Yeah.
New Order still touring, but they like New Order are like doing experimental music, so they play
They're
more.
kind of like Pet Shop Boys. They don't have to move around too much. With Pet Shop Boys, they had dancers on stage. They didn't move around too much
Pet Shop Boys
themselves.
never dances, ever.
Exactly.
So, like, they had longevity.
Yes.
Sting still touring. I mean, he was, last year, I think?
No, his son was here.
No.
Oh, he was here.
Why would his son just come in? His son came with him. His
Yes.
son was,
He was here.
yeah,
But
so
I saw Sting many times at Sun City back in the day, in the 90s, when I was working for big concerts.
Oh, yes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Sting.
And it was amazing. But, I've done it
Yeah.
when he was younger and hotter.
I'm kind of like, I don't like Sting. I like the Police.
I like some Sting.
No, I don't like any Sting.
Yeah, I like some.
No.
But yeah.
You
Some's a bit
two,
whiny.
we obviously know we saw them at the Sphere in Las
Yes.
Vegas. This one gives me a chance to talk about as we go into our movie recommendation. So Weird Al Yankovic still goes around. He still tours. We spoke a while ago about Weird Al's movie, the biopic.
Yeah.
I remember they teased it for so long, and Daniel Radcliffe's playing Weird Al, which just doesn't work because he's like
Have you watched it?
oh my God, Dori. It is, like, I just did something was very bad rule in podcasting, like, do not put your head on your mic. I was so flabbergasted I put my head on my mic. Have you watched it?
I have watched it.
Oh my God. I can't. I watched like 10 minutes. I was like, this is terrible. I tried to watch another 10 minutes. I go, oh my God, it just got worse. Then I left it on, and then the part with Madonna, which is obviously all made up,
Of course.
comes on. I try to watch that. I was like, this has got to be
It was so bad.
the worst movie they have made in a long time.
I hated it, yet I got through it. I got through it because I was watching with the family and they were enjoying it.
Really?
So I was like, okay, I'll stick it out. Oh, so terrible.
It's
Terrible.
And we suspected it because when they were talking about it, it took forever to come out. And it felt like, they made one sort of movie and it's not that. And then they had to go back and re-edit or reshoot and go, let's try and make a movie making fun of these sorts of movies.
I don't know. It's like it was trying to be satire, but it didn't really succeed at being satire.
I don't think
It was very dark.
I think they try to make it serious.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was very dark, but like not in a dark humor, good kind of way.
nothing good about it.
Yeah.
He looks nothing like Weird Al. Like, nothing. He looks like he's cosplaying Weird Al. Like, I don't for one moment.
Maybe there's nobody out there who looks like Weird Al.
You know, who doesn't look like Daniel Radcliffe does not look like Weird Al.
There probably are people who look more like him.
No.
But they wanted a big name.
Is he big? Is he a big name?
Biggish.
No. And then Evan Rachel Wood as Madonna, kind of like...
Yeah, I like her usually, but sure.
Oh, no, it was so bad.
It was terrible.
It was really, really horrid. And you know what the worst thing about it is that, like, I loved Weird Al. I loved his music videos. And then they recreated some of the music videos, right?
Yeah.
And it was so jarring because it's like, I know what the music video looks like. You've lovingly recreated it. You do not look like Weird Al at all. Terrible movie. Don't watch it. Really, don't. Do not watch it. But watch the movies Dori and I are going to talk about.
Indeed.
Every week we bring you movie recommendations, movie reminders, movies from the 80s. We've been through all the big names, so don't come here looking for Back to the Future or Gremlins or E.T.
Well, funny enough, I am doing a big name today, and I might even have done it before, or you might have done it before, but I don't care.
It's fine. Sometimes you have to go to the video store and hire a movie twice because the new release isn't out.
And funnily enough, this movie I have watched multiple times in my life. And I just thought about it because we were talking about Die Hard last week, and we were talking about, you know, Christmas movies and what makes a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And this has come up in that conversation, and I actually thought, let me revisit it. Let me admit, I have not rewatched the whole film, but I've watched many clips and gone over it. And because the thing is, when it came out, at the time when it came out, I had it on VHS, and I watched it multiple times because I really, really, really loved it. And I think it's still a great film. I am, of course, talking about Lethal Weapon, the original Lethal Weapon.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though
we asked the question before Christmas, is Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
It's less of a Christmas movie than Die Hard. But if we are saying that a movie set during Christmas time is a Christmas movie, then it has to qualify. But it does have less Christmassy things. At least Die Hard, he says ho, 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 you know.
Yeah, amongst other things. Yes.
Amongst other things, but yes. I mean, so Mel Gibson has, I don't know, been cancelled, uncancelled. I can't keep up.
No, I think he uncancelled himself.
Yeah, probably. But
He's Mel Gibson.
This is Mel Gibson in his prime.
Yeah.
You know? And a mullet. Oh
my God.
Mullet of mullets.
It's like, to call that hairstyle a mullet is like, because sometimes you think of mullet and it's wispy.
Yeah.
You know, the potty in the back, like, I don't want to go there.
Yeah. No, his is like a
it's
lion's
like a full
mane.
head. It's a mane.
Yeah,
it's a mane. It's not a mullet.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of long hair.
He's got like Daryl Hall vibe. Mullet.
Yeah. Even, I mean, it's mane. Mane is the correct word.
And of course, his co-star Danny Glover, no relation to Donald Glover.
Strange that, huh?
Yeah, funny. And then the villain, well, there's a few villains, but like Gary Busey would be the memorable villain from
Old Big Mouth Busey.
Yeah. It is your typical great action movie. It has a good story. It's compelling. It has all the action-y special effects, but not over the top. And I actually rewatched one of the scenes I rewatched because there's lots of clips on YouTube. One of the scenes I rewatched was to remind you, Mel Gibson's character is like this crazy suicidal cop. His wife's died. He's in a terrible state of mind.
He lives in a caravan on the beach.
Yeah, and he kind of wants to die. And so he's very reckless, extremely reckless. And there's a scene where he's trying to stop a guy from jumping off a building. And in the end, it's so funny though. So he's there, he's trying to talk the guy down. And then the guy's like, no, I'm gonna, and then he's like, and then he tricks the guy and he handcuffs himself to him. And then he kind of jumps off the building with the guy. And then, of course, there's one of those big trampoline-y thingies, you know, that the stunt people use.
Yes.
For some reason, it's just
randomly,
there.
it's
It's randomly there.
Yeah.
And but the funniest part, this is like the worst continuity I've ever seen. He's handcuffed to him, but as they jump, you can see they're not handcuffed together. Their hands are totally separate. from each other, and then they land on the thing and they're handcuffed together again. It was so funny. Obviously, they thought it's not safe to jump while you're handcuffed to
Yes,
another person.
don't do that.
Yeah.
And the
But then I don't know why they showed that scene, because you can see they're not handcuffed together. So there's so it's like, like that kind of special effect faux pas. I don't think that would happen today.
Right.
That's like, especially in such a big movie. Someone would have picked that up. That was kind of funny.
Or what they've probably done subsequently is no, but that happened in the 80s. They picked up shit like that all the time, and they went, we don't care.
No, they don't care. They didn't care.
We don't care. Because also the thing is, like, you got to remember, like, in the 80s, we would just, it's not like now you can go watch that clip on YouTube and you can just pause it and watch it a billion times. Like, we were just into, Lethal Weapons 1984, right?
It was, I'll tell you, carry on in the meantime.
We were just in, 1987. We were just into home video, right?
Yeah.
So if you went to go watch a movie at the cinema and you saw that, you'd go like, did they just disconnect? Yeah. But
then you can't check it again unless you go watch it again just for that scene. And how many people are going to do that?
And were we that cynical?
Yeah.
Because you've only got the video for 24 hours. You're not going to go sit for 24 hours and go, I'm wasting my 24 hours, watching the scene. And we weren't that cynical. We weren't that cynical.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It just didn't matter.
Like,
but
how many times
think it was
did you watch
funny
when they threw a
noticed
punch and it didn't connect?
No, of course.
It didn't connect. And we're like, that doesn't matter. It's fine. That's what we did.
I think still a movie worthy of watching, and possibly next Christmas, because I'm not going to rewatch Die Hard again this coming Christmas. Maybe I'll do Lethal Weapon properly in its entirety this year. But I just thought it was worth mentioning as, it really is a good film, whether it's got cancelled people in it or not.
So I think you're really underselling Lethal Weapon because
it's got the buddy cop humor.
So the thing is, it's the original buddy cop movie.
It is.
I have to say that.
Yeah.
And it's the first time that they pitted this young, reckless cop with this grizzled old cop.
Yeah.
Danny Glover was a day from retirement, right?
Yes, of course.
And
the usual.
Classic famous line meme, I'm too old for this shit.
I'm too old for this
which
shit.
basically I say every morning as I wake up is going, and then they get involved in this massive case. I think
and they hate each other first.
They get kicked off the force.
But then they end up being friends.
But it's the first of that genre, which we've now seen a million times. It's such a trope. But then it was like the first, and
that's why I loved it in its time and watched it so much.
The characters were so different, and it was, and also you didn't see reckless cops.
Yeah,
they were always smart ass. They were always like, you saw cocky cops. You never saw reckless.
Yes,
I want to actually die.
In reality, he would have actually been taken off the force in that state of mind. They would have put him in counseling.
Yeah,
At
this point, like the cops we were seeing in movies was Mahoney and Hightower. That's the cops we're seeing. A great movie, a couple of sequels. I think they did
just a couple. Yeah, no, a bunch of
3
sequels. I don't think any of the sequels were worthy. Honestly, they were probably okay.
Because it's just they kept trying, but they made a ton of money because Mel Gibson just got bigger.
I probably saw up to number 3 or 4, and they were probably all like nothing like the original.
It sucked.
What?
Oh my! it sucked. The TV series.
Oh, I saw that there was. I didn't even know there was a TV series.
No, it sucked.
And I've never watched it, and I probably won't.
So, it goes into the same thing.
Did they put like young people in there, like new cast?
Well, it was, but I mean, like one of the Wayans brothers was in it. Mm-hmm. And they got also an up and coming like young Australian actor playing kind of like Mel Gibson's role.
Riggs, yeah.
But no, it sucked. It really was not good. It really was not a good movie or good TV show. Don't waste your time. But Lethal Weapon, great to hear it.
Yep. Just a reminder that it's a great Christmas movie.
Dori, I've got a movie for you that you did not come in here today expecting to hear a movie about, a superhero movie starring John Ritter.
No, I did not.
Yeah. So before I get into that, I want to talk to you about, I was busy looking for a movie, found it. The full movie is on YouTube. Okay. But before I get into that, I just want to play you two quick trailers. From this fantastic article I found, superhero movies from the 80s that aged surprisingly well.
Okay.
So we've got some in there, Toxic Avenger. We got the 1989 Batman, which are all great movies. Exterminator. These three, two are, I think all of them should be made for TV movies. But firstly, I want to play you the trailer of the trial of the Incredible Hulk. Now, remember in the 70s and 80s, Incredible Hulk was a TV series.
Yes.
Used to watch him, Lou Ferrigno, no CGI.
Right.
Big guy painted him green.
Yeah.
He was all little booties. All little beauties. And you know what I loved about that is that he'd Hulk out, and then when he turned back to Bruce Banner, his clothes are back on. Like you want to talk about like.
And he was still big.
He was
just in normal clothes.
No, I think they had a different actor.
Did they?
Lou Ferrigno didn't play Bruce Banner.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Lou Ferrigno didn't play Bruce
my
Banner.
memory's so bad.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Okay.
So, but his clothes are back. It's like, well, I know you're a scientist. Like, of everything. You see, we just weren't cynical.
Yeah,
We just
it
give a shit.
didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. So I want to play you this. The trial of the Incredible Hulk.
David Banner wanted to end the running. He wanted to live in peace.
You have to stop someplace.
But once again, they made him angry. Maybe angry enough to kill.
Maybe I belong in a cage.
Now, imprisoned, he will struggle to hide the fury within him. But he will not succeed.
I can't stand trial. You have no choice.
Because now David Banner faces his greatest trial. The trial of the Incredible Hulk.
I mean, that's got everything.
Amazing. Wow.
Right?
Wow.
That has got a little bit of everything. And also, I mean, for comic book nerds, is that it's the first appearance on TV of the character called Daredevil, which Ben Affleck played. And then there's a new Daredevil series, and Daredevil's now being
I
incorporated
love
in
that
the MCU.
Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
Yeah. So, you must have been the only person.
I know I am rare.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
So this was the first, because Daredevil he's a lawyer
Yes.
by day. So he defends him. In this. Yeah.
When is this from?
1989, Dori.
Really? It looked a bit earlier.
Yeah, so it's right at because I mean the Incredible Hulk ran for a long time from the 70s, and I think there was just one last hurrah.
Okay.
I think people are done with this.
I'm gonna guess it was a flop.
Made for TV movie. So whoever knows.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one, the trailer's a little bit too long, but they had this concept of what happened if you had a bionic showdown between the $6 million man and the bionic woman.
Okay.
You remember these two TV shows?
I specifically remember the $6
Die
million.
Man van Staal.
Die Man van Staal was one of my favorites.
Man van Staal and Die Vrou van Vereniging. I don't know what they're called. Bionic woman.
Did we have the bionic woman here? I don't remember it.
On this trailer, I recognized her.
Okay, maybe I'll recognize
I don't know
her.
if it's like, so I can't, this is the long one.
Okay.
Interesting about so in this concept, they put them together, but they're being hunted down by a cyborg played by Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock's first movie.
Okay.
1989, The Bionic Showdown. Trailer will go up that 80 show.
There's no way Sandra Bullock's first movie was 1989. Don't even lie.
It says here, where is the bit about Sandra Bullock? I did see somewhere else.
I'm going to fact check you.
Fact check me, but it does say this is Sandra Bullock's first movie.
Okay.
It does say
Maybe.
Sandra Bullock's first movie.
Maybe.
Right?
All right.
Okay, but my movie of today is a movie, like I said, starring John Ritter. He of Three's Company. Who's John Ritter? Three's Company.
Of course.
Which I actually reminded, he was a chef in Three's Company.
God, I don't even remember it.
Because he was so pervy, I thought he just worked at like a sex shop or an X-rated video store.
I didn't even realize he had a job. I suppose he had to have had one.
He had, but he has such a pervert.
What was Janet's job?
Oh, see, I didn't go that far. I assume she had a good job, a decent job. He just must have had a pervert's job. So my movie, going to hit the trailer for you right now, is called A Hero at Large.
Somewhere in the heart of this city, in a small shop closing for the night, a robbery is in progress. But help is on the way.
Mind if I drop in?
Captain Avenger!
John Ritter is Steve Nichols,
How about that?
hero at large.
Who are you, J. Edgar Hoover?
I'm Captain Avenger.
Such a nice boy.
He can't fly.
Tomorrow I'm leaping over a tall building at a single bound.
Wrong guy.
I'm expanding.
He can't bend steel.
I'm in big trouble.
Fighting crime is a dirty business.
But when there's danger, he can't turn away.
You're a crazy man who dresses up in a comic book suit and goes around doing good deeds.
Hold it right there. Don't make another move. If they're going to use real bullets, I think I'll retire.
He's loved by women,
I'm not always this easy.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
cheered by men,
They want their superhero and all he stands for to hold on to.
and worshipped by children.
Captain Avenger.
Yes, sir.
Let's see you fly.
A hero's work is never done.
He's nutty, but noble.
I'm counting to 3, Milo. Who the hell is that? This is Robert Redford.
He's dizzy, but dedicated.
People putting themselves on the line for other people. That's what being a hero is.
But he's really just an actor who got carried away with a role.
It's just like any other part. You gotta really get into it. Captain Avenger.
Who sends you out on these missions anyway? Your agent?
I took a third-rate movie, made it the biggest hit of the year with a simple gimmick. Captain Avenger comes to your neighborhood.
Authorities are still wondering who the man in the red, blue, and yellow costume with a large A on his chest really is.
It's me, Steve Nichols.
All he knows about heroes is that people need one.
Yeah, I heard it a couple of times.
All he could do was make himself hero at large.
Well, I think it's really terrific.
John Ritter, Ann Archer, Bert Convy, and Kevin McCarthy. Hero at large. At last, help is on the way.
We are never running out of movies.
I gave you 3 for 1.
How did I never know that this existed until this second?
You know what's the weirdest thing here is at some point John Ritter was a sex symbol.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
That's so weird. So as you heard from there, you know, leave nothing behind, is that John Ritter is a struggling actor, right? And he gets this job as there's a superhero movie being released, and he's hired as one of the actors to go to the various theaters to tell people, come in and watch this movie. Right. So on the way home, there's a robbery at a store, and he decides to dress up like the hero and beat the guy up.
Right.
And people are like, I love this. This is great. There's a vigilante. And he starts going around.
So he's not deluded that he thinks he really is the hero.
No, he is deluded because he thinks he's the hero, right?
Okay.
So then he goes and he does a few crimes and then eventually gets shot because he's not a real superhero. And but his agent goes, no, listen, guy, we can now promote this movie. So then he works on the side of the movie theater. Everyone first loves him, then everyone hates him. And then he redeems himself in the end by rescuing a kid from a building burning.
Building burning.
Burning building.
Right.
And then he's redeemed. Then he's the hero again. It's ridiculous. It's so silly.
It looks ridiculous.
It is over the top.
But it actually looks quite fun.
So,
and you said the whole thing's on YouTube.
Whole thing's on YouTube. Now, what I want to say to you, right, is when you watch the trailer of this, you're going to go, oh, because now we're... So it's quite weird because back in the 80s, we loved comic books. We so badly want to see comic book movies, would watch anything that was comic book adjacent. We're now so sick and tired of comic book and superhero movies.
Yeah.
Like everyone hates them, right? And when you look at like how they do the costumes and the outfits of superhero movies now, you look at that and go, it's so cheesy. This came out just after Superman. And his costume in that is not too Superman-ish.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? He kind of looks like Christopher Reeve in his Superman outfit. But it's a really silly movie. But you know what? It's a movie that you're going to put on, that you're going to put in the background, and you're just going to scroll through. And then you're going to hear some stuff, and you're going to see some scenes, and you're going to Google some things. And there's a lot of like 80s pop references that are kind of fun. Fun fact, in one point, there's a little kid that talks to him while he's signing autographs, right? And now the little girl thinks he's now, you're the real Captain Avenger.
Yeah.
Then some other kids, what cut there is some other kids start giving him a hard time. So, you're just a loser, you're just an actor, you're nobody.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon. I
That's
pointed
what
to
you
the
were
one
pointing,
guy
but I
screen.
didn't see what you were pointing at.
It's a early Kevin Bacon role.
Oh, that really improves the game.
Yeah, but he is in literally blink and you miss it.
Oh, man. So probably not even credited.
He is credited. Yeah, he's credited. He's called Second Teenager.
So just quickly going back to Sandra Bullock, it is her first starring role in a movie, Bionic Showdown.
Okay.
But she did do a movie before that called Hangman in 1987, where she's not the main, but she's
in it. Okay.
But it's her first starring role is Bionic Showdown.
Okay, so
in 1989. I learned something new today.
There you go.
That is what I learned today.
There you go.
Yes.
And then, of course, 90s, she becomes huge.
Huge.
In the net. And then, what did she do first? Net or Speed?
Oh, it was Speed, I'm sure.
I'm sure
it was. Okay,
she did
must I
Speed
check?
first, and
I
then
can
she did the
literally
net,
check.
which was this wild concept of this woman that can solve crimes by going on the internet.
Oh, but it was early days of the internet. Come
what
on.
are people talking about? Do you know that Microsoft Word turned 40 years old in October last year? We missed that.
Huh.
Don't really care.
Don't really use it.
Should have had a Teams meeting about it. So that is our movie recommendations: Lethal Weapon and Hero at Large, but also like Hulk Goes to Court and Die Man van Staal versus Die Vrou van Vereniging.
So she actually did Demolition Man first in 1993. I mean, she did a bunch of things, but that's like the first biggish thing that I can see on this list.
Yes.
Demolition Man in 1993. Then Speed in 1994.
Okay.
Then While You Were Sleeping in 1995.
Oh, so the net was much later.
The net was 1995.
So it's even later for the internet.
Yeah.
They solve crimes on the internet.
Yeah.
Remember Demolition Man, they had the shells to go to the toilet.
I love that movie.
No one even knows what the shells are for.
No one.
No one will ever understand
So
it.
funny.
So we spoke about remakes of 80s movies. And I found an article based on, because there's coming a remake of Beverly Hills Cop, or a new Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes, a sequel.
Sequel. So in this article from Y Entertainment, movie sequels we don't want.
Right.
Okay. Because people are going, do we really need another Beverly Hills Cop? Now, because there's coming Beverly Hills Cop 4, all the original actors, everyone comes back, everyone looks way older except Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy.
I know.
But the Coming to America, the sequel, we've spoken about. Wasn't great. And you're kind of going, oh. And Beverly Hills Cop 4 has been in production so long.
Oh.
This is not a CGI movie. This is not glamorous. It's Beverly Hills. You're shooting in one place. It's taken so long to come out. I'm starting to think, oh, they looked at this thing and go, this thing's not, we got to rejig this movie, right?
Oh.
And Netflix make that. I think it's coming out. It's a Netflix movie.
Okay. Netflix movies are not as good as their series, generally speaking.
Generally, I watched the new Kevin Hart one. Terrible.
I haven't watched
it.
I won't. I'm not planning on it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It is the type of movie that you watch after you've been to a 100% retro concert and the next day you're so tired you just want to lie on the couch and watch something that doesn't engage your brain.
Completely light.
Yeah. So here it is. Movie remakes that we don't want.
Right.
Okay.
Most of them.
I don't know about... No. Harlem Nights. Do we want a remake of Harlem Nights?
I'm trying to remember it because
it was Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. It was Red Fox.
Surely it would be cancelled today. I can't remember it in its entirety.
What I'd like to see in it, because now you remember you had this like lineage, right? You had Red Fox to Richard Pryor to Eddie Murphy, that kind of mantle passing.
Yeah.
I think there would be something really cool to see the mantle passing of Eddie Murphy to Kevin Rock to Chris Rock to Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Although I'm starting to really dislike Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock as well. So that might be interesting, except the people are just
Dave
too much.
Chappelle, maybe?
Like Dave Chappelle? Okay. One I would like to see is, I don't know. Well, the argument it is, this movie is so 80s. It feels like it just needs to stay in a gloriously cheesy 1980s time capsule. Okay? That you should actually just bury this and go, what was 1985 like was like this? The Last Dragon.
I mean, come on. How can we possibly remake it?
No, you couldn't. There is no way. Show enough.
I mean.
You couldn't. Bruce Leroy, no. You couldn't remake. You couldn't. Just don't even touch it. It'd be like Karate Kid. Cobra Kai.
It would be so bad.
Like season 1 Cobra Kai, great. Everything subsequently stinks. Soul Man, don't remake that.
Oh, definitely not.
Remember Soul Man? That
yes,
was
we've
with
discussed that.
Thomas C. Howell.
C. Thomas Howell.
Oh, C. Thomas do blackface and still have a movie career afterwards. If you don't know this movie, it's basically C. Thomas Howell is a college student, wants to get into university, can't get in, and there's a scholarship for black students, so he goes blackface. And this is the movie.
And I saw it on the big screen, I remember.
It was a huge hit, Dori. Nobody. It was a huge hit.
Huge.
Because he was a heartthrob. It was a huge hit. Unreal. So we don't want to be
Let's
seeing
be grateful that times have changed, right?
How times have changed. I found this from Cracked going, if classic 80s comedies were remade today. Okay. Caddyshack. Danny Newhan, he had worked at the exclusive Mar-a-Lago Golf Resort to raise money for college. He tries to buddy up with the club's narcissistic founder, but finds himself drawn to the My Pillow guy instead. Meanwhile, mentally unstable groundskeeper Rudy Giuliani unsuccessfully tries to kill trolls with a high-pressure hose. That'll be Caddyshack today. Big. A mysterious fortune-telling app transforms 12-year-old Josh Baskin into a man. He posts innovative toy ideas on Instagram where they're instantly stolen by an overseas plaything manufacturer.
Damn, that sounds awful.
That sounds terrible. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Right.
Ferris posts a TikTok about his epic day in Chicago, swiping special needs helmets from a daycare center, installing an even pointier jaw implant, publicly destroying an audience member who needs to use the restroom, and earning him a $20 million payday from Netflix. So basically just being a TikTok dick.
Yeah.
That's Ferris Bueller. That'll be today. You're not going to like this one.
Oh, dear.
The Breakfast Club. 5 students spend Saturday in a Zoom chat room as punishment for a ChatGPT cheating scandal. Not good.
That's it. That's all it says.
Well, there's more, but the rest is not funny.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. The government finally admits malevolent ghosts are a real thing, but only to distract the populace from discussing the names on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. Like the alien attack in Miami.
That's realistic.
That's very realistic.
Realistic.
And then when Harry Met Sally was remade today, after swiping through hundreds of potential Tinder dates, Harry and Sally hold on to each other for dear life. That was from Cracked. All is a go-to. All is a go-to when you run short of content. But we did not run short of content today. That 80s show. So many things we spoke about. Movies all over the place. Concert reviews. Sandra Bullock's early movies. Kevin Bacon's early movies. That's why we're the #1 music show and probably the best 80s show in the world.
Yeah, let's go with it.
We go with it. And maybe in 40 years' time, people will pay hard-earned money to see us do a live podcast. What do you think, Dori?
I think we should definitely do a live podcast at Presley's.
I want to do a live podcast this year or a movie screening event.
Yes. No, we've discussed it and it's going to happen.
Like we hire out an old school cinema.
So actually, maybe we need to figure out what movie will we show.
Oh my word.
I think we're going to have to do a little poll maybe on our Facebook page.
We can't be left to it because the shit we will.
I mean, wow. Maybe it would have to be a double feature, something good and arty that I choose. And then something that you would choose.
Let's settle on Back to the Future 2. Let's just settle on that. Thanks for joining me, Dori. Goodbye.
Bye.